you're based in Atlanta right now.
Mm-hmm.
How many years have you been tattooing?
Okay, so when people ask me that question, it's kind of weird for me to answer it because I apprenticed for 3 years. So I got my apprenticeship, I think, in like 2012. Apprenticed it for 3 years, and then I started tattooing full time for 5 years.
Okay.
So overall, tattoo experience 8 years.
8 years. Okay.
Full time 5 years.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And did you start out in Atlanta? Did you start out? Tell us a little bit more about your tattoo journey and like how you got started, where you were, what inspired it.
Okay, so this is kind of a long story.
We got all night.
Okay, so I didn't always want to be a tattoo artist. I actually wanted to be a scientist, believe it or not. When I was super young, I wanted to fucking be a scientist. But I felt like I always kind of geared more towards the arts. Like my father could draw, like my whole father's side of the family are artists. After going to high school, and being the one that always drew all the products, being the one that's like, oh, she could draw, let her do it, being that type of person. My teachers, they picked up on that. They told me that, hey, you should go to this school, SCAD, which is in Atlanta, here in Atlanta. They got a bunch of different campuses. So I graduated, went to SCAD. My first major was sequential art, which is like comic books and stuff like that. I switched that to painting, and then I switched again to illustration, where I felt like, okay, I can do all of that, and then some. So during my years at SCAD, I was cool with Danger Dave. Okay. And I know you did an interview with him. That's the homie.
Happy birthday,
bro.
Dave. His birthday.
Is today his birthday?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I just texted him.
I gotta call him. Okay,
love
damn.
Love it.
But yeah, happy birthday, Dave. But yeah, so we were cool. I knew that he was tattooing at the time it was a West End Tattoo. So, I was always into tattoos. I was actually, I'm ashamed to say this. I was tattooing in my dorm, man. Like I did.
That's what you had to say. Look, I was like, oh gosh, where's it gonna be? No, that's nothing. I know people who tattoo worse places than the dorm. The dorm is actually a pretty. If you can make it a stay area,
you can.
There's some places. I've seen some people tattoo in the back of cars, trailers, and just places that you can't. So okay. So you were tattooing in the dorm. Thank you for your
so for a few months I was tattooing in my dorm, and going to SCAD, like my professors, they made sure like everybody was well-rounded. Like you can ask anybody that goes to SCAD, like we know how to do pretty much everything under the sun. Like we dip and dabble in anything. So I felt like, okay, tattooing is just another medium. And I hit up Dave and I'm like, hey, are you looking for an apprentice? Because I wanted to learn the proper way. I wanted to get that knowledge, and get the respect from my peers. No one's going to respect you if you're tattooing in a fucking dorm. You don't know what you're doing. So shout out to the people that, that accepted those crazy tattoos that I did.
Yeah, for sure.
So Dave was like, no, I'm not looking for an apprentice, but the shop, you could reach out to Red. So I walked in the shop. I don't know how long ago it was, like after the conversation with me and Dave, but I went in the shop. So I'm like, hey, my name is Bang. Here's my portfolio. I came with business cards because I just knew, like, I was so professional.
Oh, my God.
So he was like, why do you want to be a tattoo artist? I'm like, and I was, you know what? I was real conceited because I just knew I could draw. So in my mind, I'm like, I could draw. But I was like, all right, bet. I want to be a tattoo artist because I want to be well-rounded. And I feel like tattooing is just another medium. And he was like, oh, just another medium, huh? I'm like, yeah.
Look, you laid it out. Like, I'm honest.
Yeah, exactly. I left there. I didn't have an apprenticeship.
He was like, wrong answer.
No, but I think like maybe 2 months later or a month later, he hit me up. He was like, hey, are you still looking for an apprenticeship? And I'm like, yo, yes. So this was July of 2012, and I've been tattooing ever since.
Love it. 100%. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Red had a change of heart after hearing your honesty. It's not. I'm sure so many people come with like the cookie cutter answer of, well, I want to be a tattoo artist because blah blah blah. Whatever the cookie cutter answer is, but for you to keep it 100 like that, absolutely. I mean, he had to have so much respect for you that it was probably like eating away at him. 2 months later, like, I should probably call that one.
Probably. And I never asked him about it. I never asked him like, hey, why did you call me that? Like I never, I left it alone.
I love it because I mean, once you have that confidence within yourself, you don't really need anybody to validate you, right?
Yeah.
I feel that's for any career. That's for anybody, you know, who's watching now. I feel like that's something that they can take away from this is like stand in your truth and be 100% genuine in the things that you believe, the things that you stand for, and just always speak from a place of truth, honestly, and you'll be successful in life. You know, it doesn't, that doesn't always mean that you'll get the things you want when you want it, right? Like for your example, Bang did get hired that she walked away with no apprenticeship. But you know, eventually things fit into the places they're supposed to be, and you end up in the place that you're supposed to be. So absolutely, I absolutely love hearing that. So when you first started tattooing, you were at West End Tattoo, which is now Tri-Cities. Were you doing a specific style? Did you come out the gate with a specific style, or were you just trying a little bit of everything?
Okay, so well, on paper, like when it comes to like drawing on paper, painting, my style is very photorealism. Okay. But I kind of, for my tattooing, I kind of focus on my illustrative background because I have a major in illustration. So I would say my tattoo style is more illustrative realism. Okay. It's a lot more line work. You probably see something like it in like a book or, you know, like a book illustration. Yeah. So illustrative realism is my style.
Love it. 100%. And do you prefer to stick to like black and gray, or are you like into using color? Where do you lean most?
So it depends on what it is. Okay. Color tattoos are cool. Like I don't shy away from them, but I really like black and gray. I feel like color tattoos take a little bit more time. So I guess it just depends on what mood I'm in for the day. Like I might be like, or who I'm getting in the chair. Like I might advise them, hey, you know, I know you wanted to get purples and greens and blues, but this tattoo will look a lot better if you get black and gray. You know, so it also just depends on the skin tone as well, you know, and the type of tattoo that I'm doing.
Yeah, I love hearing that. We're definitely going to get into some skin tone conversations later. So I love hearing that. So tattooing for 8 years, you know, when Red asked you, you know, why do you want to be a tattoo artist? And, you know, you just kept 100 as far as like wanting to be well-rounded. And, you know, this is another medium. Do you feel like that's where you still are? And then I guess my follow-up question would be like, if that's not where you are, what do you enjoy most about tattooing? About your job?
Yeah, I still feel like tattooing is another medium. Awesome. I consider myself a tattoo artist because I do tattoos and I am an artist on, you know, as well. Like I don't just specifically stick to tattooing.
Tattoos, right?
I do everything under the sun. So I am a tattoo artist. So I still have that whole mentality, you know, tattooing is another one of my mediums.
Love it.
What was the other question? What was the following question?
What do you enjoy about tattooing? Since you do all different types of art, what's the thing that brings you joy about tattooing specifically?
Man, like just having your work out there and having these clients be like a walking billboard for you. Like tattooing is permanent. I mean, unless you get it like lasered off, but I mean, who would do that? Like not work coming from me. Come on, you know. But like your work is permanent. It's like your client is a walking billboard of art for you. And then it's on top of that, it's like I'm doing something that I love. When I tattoo, it doesn't feel like I'm working a 9 to 5. You know, it's something that I can zone out to and just do it for hours, you know? Yeah. And with that, you know, I don't work at a shop. I have my own private studio. So I really appreciate that. You know, I can just do a one-on-one with my clients. I can take clients that I actually want to tattoo. I'm not like super stressed out over like walk-ins and having to tattoo just anything. So like I like the freedom that I get that comes with it. And that's something that I don't take for granted. Like making the switch from being in a tattoo shop to my own private studio is great. It's awesome. It has its pros and cons, but for the most part, it's dope.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Do you have any, you know, so you speak about this freedom that you have, and I'm wondering where that freedom drives you as far as like products or certain machines. You have like favorite products or machines that you use. We already heard a little bit about, your bomb, your tattoo bomb that you made, and I'd love to hear a little bit more about that as well. But
thank you for asking. So yeah, I have a tattoo bomb. It's made with like essential oils, all natural products. It works to reduce like inflammation in the skin and pretty much speed up your tattoo's recovery time. I actually have one just ironically sitting right here. I didn't
love it.
plan it or
Let's
anything.
see it. Perfect product placement. Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, I have like 3 different sizes. They can all be purchased on my website.
That one goes in my purse. That one stays at the
bed.
Yes. That one I'm gonna share with Taylor. Okay.
Yes.
100%.
But yeah, that's a new release. I just came up with that. I want to say like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
Some of the machines that I use a couple. My Cheyenne hot pen. And I use my Inkjector. Those are the 2 that I really use the most. Okay. I guess when it comes to like ink, Eternal Ink, Dynamic, Allegory has a really dark black. But yeah, just to name a few, that's pretty much what I use.
Love it. Love to hear it. I think that sounds like a pretty nice range of different, machines and products, but we're definitely here to advertise and support the Bang official tattoo bomb for real. I'm definitely gonna grab some of that. I don't know why I didn't when I was there, but I a lot of people ask me about products to use during healing, right? And especially working with brown skin, people have a lot of different reactions, whether it's too oily or dries their skin out. There hasn't really been anything that I've found that has like that perfect recipe. So I'm super excited to try your stuff.
Yeah, I got you. I'll send you one. You good.
Cool. I am curious about, I'm kind of just running through the questions and saying which ones I might be able to skip or save for later. I'm eager to know, I guess, let's get into the fun stuff. What's your biggest pet peeve as a tattoo artist? What's something that gets under your skin?
There's a few. Okay. So one of my pet peeves is when clients come to me and they request stuff that I don't promote, like like best friendship tattoos, like the infinity signs with the fucking birds flying away.
I get the little broken heart that says best and then friend.
Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's real cute or whatever, but like
and I only want it this big.
Okay, right. And then I want 5 names in there, like crazy shit like that. Like I do them. I will do them all day. It depends on what type of mood I'm in, but I do not post them on my page, and I don't post everything that I do because of that reason. I don't want a specific client or potential client to look at it and be like, "Oh, she does this. This is her thing." No. Yeah. Whatever's on my page, that's my thing. That's my shit. That's what I want to do. I post shit that I want to do. No shade, no shade to anybody. I think,
that's another benefit of owning your own studio, right? Of being in your own space is you have the autonomy to be in charge of and direct and say yes or no to the shit that comes your way. And so I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that tattoo artists get a lot of criticism, rather, when it comes to that and not being willing to do everything that comes their way. But I honestly think that if you step into the tattoo artist or the artist in general shoes and realize how stressful that must be to have to do stuff that you don't necessarily want to do, the stuff that necessarily doesn't bring you joy all the time,
it makes it a job. It makes it a job. And like I said, like I like having that feeling of like, oh, I'm tattooing. This is not a 9 to 5. This is not work. This is fun. Like I like to feel like that when I'm doing tattoos.
100%.
What's my other pet peeve? Okay, so the last pet peeve is when I do a tattoo, I draw it up and everything, and I've stopped doing this because I used to play myself. So I'll draw it up, and the night before, I'll send it to the client, and they analyze the shit out of the tattoo. They say they like it. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm gonna go to sleep. 10 minutes later, I'll get an email. Can you change this? I'm like, bruh. And I used to go back and forth via email, via phone. And then it was just like, yo, I'm never doing this again. You'll see it the day of.
Yeah, and but you know what that is? They send it to their grandma, to their baby daddy,
the best friend, the best.
And they be like, "What you think?"
Yes, yo,
and it gets like 20 different opinions, but I don't know. I feel like the entourage. I was about to ask you about that. Literally, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to ask you, like, how do you feel about the entourage? So there's like two different types of ways that the entourage manifests itself. It's either like you bring buku people to the studio the day you get tattooed. You got the crew with you, and it's like a whole party while you get tattooed, which is so weird to me. Number one. But then the other way that the entourage manifests itself is with the opinions, right? I've sent you the picture. I've asked you what you think about this. Oh, well, my cousin said that this should go this way, or my best friend doesn't really like this. What do you think about? Like, people care too much about how other people view their tattoos when it's on their body.
Exactly.
That is it's confusing to me.
Exactly. My message to everybody who's like that, who has done that in the past, is trust your artists. We know what the fuck we're doing. Like, if we design a tattoo one way and you decide to change it, like, just know that you're messing up our integrity. And I got my integrity, like, to the core. Like, I'm not gonna change some shit where I feel like, all right, I'm gonna hate this tattoo after, you know? But like, everybody, just trust your artists. We know what we're doing most of the time.
Yeah. Somebody said the person not getting tattooed has the most to say.
Yes. For no reason. Like, are you getting a tattoo? The fuck?
Yeah.
I hate that.
For sure. We have a question in the chat. I don't usually do this, but I think this is a good one. Have you ever put a tattoo on someone and questioned, why did this person want this? I think that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah, plenty of times, like name tattoos.
Yeah.
Whoa,
I feel.
Do you feel attacked?
I have one. Okay. I have one name I've only had one name tattooed on my body.
Look.
It was my ex-fiance.
You were married, okay.
And I got his name tattooed on my body. Yes. But the funny thing is that my homegirl Cake, I interviewed her also. She is based out of Atlanta as well. She refused to tattoo this man's name on me. And I was like, why not? Like, I'm about to get married, like, blah, blah. And she was like, I'm not doing it. She was like, I've had names tattooed on me. And it was a no-go. And I was like, whatever. Yeah. Girl, how about I went to New Orleans and got a random tattoo artist to do it? And guess who ended up covering it up? Cake. And she was so nice about it, because the whole time she's covering up, she's looking at me out the corner of her eye and just smirking. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. But yes, names, if we can give any advice to you all who are watching right now,
don't do it.
Probably avoid names.
Yes, avoid them.
I mean,
or I'll be
like
covering
your mama's
them.
name, your daddy's name.
Yeah, just avoid them, or I'm sure I'll be covering them. I've covered so many names, like, it's ridiculous.
Look, make your appointment with Bang now if you have a name tattooed on you.
Yeah, I got you.
She can cover that shit up.
I got you.
Tell me about some conventions that you enjoy attending.
So I've only done the Villain Arts tattoo convention. Shout out to Tommy and all of them, them guys behind the scenes. Their conventions are pretty cool. The last convention I did, I think, was the Atlanta convention back in March. That was the last convention before Rona came, Yep.
That's real. Do you have any I guess advice for people, speaking of conventions, right? Like, a lot of our viewers may not have ever attended a convention. What should people expect when they're coming to a convention? What should people look for? What some advice you give them about that?
Expect a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, surprisingly. People bring their kids to conventions.
It's a family event, right?
It is, but sometimes the type of music that plays when you walk by certain booths, the shows that they have, like, you got women with their, titties out, and you got vaginas spreading the air, getting tattooed, So
you're right. I retract my statement now. I'm like thinking about all the titties and shit that I've seen at tattoo conventions. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't bring my kid. But yeah, just be prepared to walk a lot. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to choose from. You might be really overwhelmed. So just make sure you look at the lineup before you go to a convention, and just look for the artists that you would like to get tattooed by. I think the benefit of going to a tattoo convention is that there's so many artists that are well-rounded in just specific areas. So like say if you want a traditional tattoo, you can find an artist that specializes in traditional tattoos. So that's like the benefit of, you know, getting a tattoo. Like someone getting their first tattoo, they should probably go to a convention because there's a lot of options. And if there's one thing that you're specifically looking for, you'll find it at a convention, I'm sure. And so you don't have to settle for fucking Tyrone down the street. No offense, I know Tyrone. Don't know.
Damn, she just called out Tyrone.
No.
I'm joking 100%.
No.
I get what you're saying. You're saying. Look, and some towns it's Tyrone and sometimes it's Billy Bob down the street who does just, you know, American traditional. So that's fine. You know, I get it 100%. But I definitely think that's great advice for first-time tattoo artists. I mean, first-time tattoo clients is to try it at a convention. I don't know. I haven't thought about that before because that makes the job a whole bunch easier because everybody's right there in front of you. You know,
it's like a job fair. It's like which one of y'all can do my tattoo? Yeah,
it is. I've actually never worked a convention. Me and Angel Rose might work a convention up soon this year. Well, when shit opens up, but we might do it for our dark skin tattoo tips page that we just started.
I've seen that. Like,
yeah, I was talking to her. It's a really awesome page. I love working. I'm so glad that she asked me to partner with her because, you know, she had an understanding that her knowledge was limited, right? And so she needed the support. It's a very like community, not to like try to sell it, you know, this is definitely about you, but there, you know, it's a very like communal vibe on the page. It's like, it's not that what the things that we believe, it's like the things that our community and our followers share with us. And we just, it's a whole just basically a big ass class where we just have honest conversations with everybody, you know, about tattooing on browner skin. So I'm excited to possibly bring that to a convention, but I just realized I've never worked a convention before, and I imagine that's kind of stressful. What was it stressful for you?
I guess the only stressful part is just having a full day. Like right now, I dedicate my days to just one client. So yeah, like they can be stressful if you book appointments back to back. You're just tattooing nonstop. I would say that's the only stressful part. For
sure. Well, speaking of stress, I'm wondering about tattoo stress and tattoo regrets. Do you have any tattoos that you wish you hadn't gotten? It's always funny when tattoo artists talk about the tattoos they wish they hadn't gotten, because I'm like, now I understand if I mess up, but like this is what you do. But go ahead, tell me. Do you have any tattoo regrets?
Yeah. So, all right, it's a funny story. All right, so I think I had to be like 16, 17, definitely not legal to get a tattoo. I went with my homegirl Ashley to see this guy. I don't even know what his name was, in Boston. And he worked in like, shout out to Ashley. That's my homie. That's my nigga. But so we went to this, it's like a corner store, department store, kind of like on a corner, like a convenience store, I guess. We went to the back of the store and I'm like, tap me up. How much? And so I'm sitting pretty much straddled, like in a chair like this. I'm straddled, and he's tattooing my lower back. Okay, and I'm gonna show y'all this tattoo after I explain to y'all what happened. So he's tattooing me, and I'm just like in a chair, just like my body's just like
I was about to say, lower back is real adventurous. You know what I'm saying? Like lower back for a first tattoo, that's pain level is pretty up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in a chair. I'm just shaking. Like I got the Holy Ghost pretty much. That's how painful it was. Like I'm shaking in a fucking chair. But I'm like, no, I'm a fucking G, because guess what I'm getting? I got a pit bull growling, biting through my skin. What? Who's getting that? Like the fuck? Bang bang, nigga. Like
pit bull biting through your skin. You might be the most gangster bitch I've ever met. Period. Nobody fucking with Bang, man. She got a pit bull biting through her skin.
I thought I
Love
was
it.
so gangster. Like, and at the time I was such a tomboy, so like you couldn't tell me shit. But
Yeah.
it was an ugly ass tattoo. I'm in the process of getting it lasered and removed.
Okay.
So I had one laser treatment. I can like show you what it looks like. But
You were so generous to show us. Let's see the pit
look at
bull.
that!
Oh
Look at that thing.
wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like he put you through some things,
Yeah,
honestly.
like it was raised and everything, but that
Interesting.
first that first tattoo, man, it just taught me a lot about what to expect and what
Right.
not to expect and what's
Yeah.
supposed to be normal. And
Right.
I just felt like I was a G coming out of there. And now every
Yeah,
other tattoo after that is just, oh, that tickles. What is that?
for sure.
No.
No, not only a G for what you went through, but also your knowledge base, like that
Yeah.
first experience, just
Hmm.
your knowledge base grew so much in such a short amount of time. But I
Yeah.
also think that's just a beautiful thing about life is that the smallest experiences can teach you so much about your standards for yourself and your requirements and the work that you need to do next time you seek something similar. So like your next tattoo, I'm sure you did buku research and
Yeah.
as much about the artist as possible and thought about the concept a little bit more. So thank you for sharing that. If you don't have a pit bull on your lower back, don't talk to me. You not
It,
you.
bruh,
She,
I didn't even have a pit bull. Like, I don't even know why I got it.
but
I
she
didn't
was
even have a
about that
pit
life.
bull. I
That's all
was.
it is. It was about that life. I get it. I get it. Sometimes you just gotta let people know.
Yo, I'm done.
So we're gonna flip a little bit to the happier side of the tattooing experience. The series is called Ink Therapy. Tattooing and ink art in general. Well, from my experience, my personal experience, and also conversations I've had with both collectors and artists, has shown that this industry can be very therapeutic for them.
Mm-hmm.
It with like overcoming life challenges or life traumas. So I'm just wondering for you specifically, how is being a tattoo artist therapeutic, or is it just the aspect of getting tattooed that is a therapy for you?
For me, I feel like it's therapeutic in a sense. Like I said before, like I enjoy tattooing. It does not feel like a job at all. Like it's
Awesome.
me doing what I love and putting art, permanent art at that on people.
Yeah.
It's a chance for me to kind of zone out and just do my thing. Like I can go for hours.
Mm.
With my fiance. I can
Love
no, but like, I can go
love
for
it.
hours with tattooing. Like I just really enjoy it. Like it's something that just doesn't feel forced to me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when you have a regular 9 to 5 working in a cubicle, that's like you're forced. You don't want to be
Yeah,
there. I feel
definitely.
like when it comes to like my clients, it can be therapeutic for them because like you never know. And I'll use this example. You never know what people are going through. I'm not going
Yeah.
to tell the full story, but I had a client who I tattooed when I was deployed in Kuwait.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't know that she was going through something at the moment. I found out later on when she had left, but she got her very first tattoo from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go into detail what it was, but she was going through something at the moment. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
for her, she thought, okay, I just want to focus on this one thing that could take my mind off of the stress from being deployed.
Yeah.
So it was therapeutic for her. And, I don't want to speak for her, but I know for sure it was therapeutic for her in whatever way she was feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
So I just feel like people get tattoos for different reasons. I tattoo because I love it. I love creating art. I love like inspiring people to create art. I love telling people's story through the use of tattooing. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like everybody has their own therapeutic sensations, I guess, when it comes to
Yeah.
getting tattooed.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think just hearing you speak about the way that you were able to translate this young woman's story or whatever she was going
Mhm.
through just through a simple tattoo is such a beautiful thing. But I'm also starting to think about the weight that carries, right? And the
Mhm.
amount of stress and anxiety that you might have to go through as the artist.
Oh my
What do you
gosh.
think is like the most challenging part about like being the tattoo artist that people don't necessarily really think of?
I'm glad you asked that because, man, I tell my fiance this all the time. Like, tattooing can be an energy drainer. Like, I don't think people think about like the energy that we have to put forth in giving the tattoo, and just, you know, while you're in our chair, we're making sure that you're good at all times. We're making sure that you're comfortable. Like, you know, do you need to go drink water? You need to go get a snack or whatever? Like, we're giving off so much of our energy. Like, we're literally devoting our time and energy and space for you, you know? And when that happens, like, I have to literally take a step back. Like, I don't tattoo every day because of that. Like, I just feel like when you're around people, when you're a good person and you give off that energy, like, it shows. It shows in your work. It shows the wears and tears on your body. And like, I need time to kind of like recuperate and like get my shit together. So I kind of space out my appointments because of that reason. And I don't know if this is a thing for everybody, but definitely for me, like, I'm really big on energy, and tattooing, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, for sure. I think that that's great for our viewers to see and understand, because I do think that when you are in the tattoo chair, it's easy for you to think that it's all about you, right? Because you're the one who's enduring the pain. You're the one who's paying the money. But at the end of the day, the artist is also having their own unique experience, and that needs to be respected as well. I hear a lot of, or I get a lot of messages, because I help with a lot of tattoo referrals as well. So I get a lot of messages in my DMs about how a certain artist has a lack of availability, and I'm like, well, I mean, I can't be mad at them for wanting a life as well. Like, this tattoo artist might have tattoo artist might have a pre-existing medical condition. This tattoo artist just might want to fucking choose themselves every every Thursday and Friday. So that's why they not, you know, tattooing you on these days. Like, so I think that's great to share with people, because I think sometimes from a consumer perspective, it's easy to have an unrealistic expectation rather of tattoo artists. So I appreciate you sharing that. Similar to what we're talking about as far as, you know, the amount of energy and effort that you have to put forth with just simply having people in a chair. It's making me think of your experience on Ink Master. So as a Black woman, you know, you're already spearheading, you know, being the one who is, you know, kind of basically the voice. Sadly, you know, I feel like that's what reality TV often does to people, is like makes them the voice for a certain group of people. So I'm wondering if you experience any type of challenges just because of your identity and your experience with reality TV, or even in just your everyday life experience. How does your identity play a role in that?
Well, I had a few different challenges. Some as far as like sexism and just being a newbie in the game. So when I got selected for Ink Master, they hit me up. They said, "Hey, would you want to do the show? This season we're doing teamwork. Pick an artist that you want to collab with." I'm like, "Okay, day to day, boom." So we go on the show. I think I had just finished my apprenticeship, I want to say a year before Ink Master. So we go on the show. I consider myself pretty new. You know, I'm not an apprentice no more. You know, I'm legit. And just going into the show, like, people kind of, some of the artists, I'm not gonna call them out because it was growth for me, but they used to, you know, kind of
no free promo. Free promo.
Oh, yeah, no free promo. What the fuck? But like, they used to kind of make fun of me because I was using a fucking coil machine. So that was one challenge. Like, I went from using a coil machine to leaving Ink Master and using a rotary. Right. But I guess that wasn't like a struggle, but it was more so like growth for me. With the whole sexism thing, like, as you guys know, Oliver Peck is super sexist, racist. You know, he had some prior incidents that I don't want to really talk about because everybody pretty much knows. Right. There were just times where I felt that energy from him. I've gotten those looks from him. I've gotten the comments from him. You know, he was one of the artists, the judges that literally were gunning for us every episode. Every fucking time he got a chance. Oh, well, Tri-Cities, you guys are at the bottom once again. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, there was other stuff that was off camera where he would come over and just talk shit. Like, oh, you think you're going to finish that? Or just certain shit where he didn't keep that same energy with everybody else.
Of course.
And I feel like out of me and Dave, I felt it the most. Like, I felt like Oliver does not like females. Like, Oliver, like, has something with females to where, like, I don't know if he ever got any cutty back in the day.
We know what that means. We know what that means.
Like, I don't know what it is about that guy, but he's super like sexist. Like, I've read so many stories about him and just clients or like apprentices that he used to, mentor. Like, I've heard it all, and I definitely seen that and experienced that on the show. All the rest of the judges, Chris, everybody else was pretty cool. But it was a learning experience for me. I definitely left that show with a lot of knowledge, a lot more friends, and a rotary. Goddamn, I was using a goddamn rotary now. I'm a big girl.
What coil? What coil?
But I would definitely do the show again. I think it was a great experience for me. I'm glad that I got to be like the Black female, super young in the game to kind of put on for my shop. Like, I will never take advantage, take that for granted. It was a great experience for me. I'd do it again.
Awesome. I was just about to ask that. Would you do it again?
Call you guys.
Look, Master, even though we talking shit, you need to put her back on TV because you're the truth at the end of the day. And I feel like I not only want to acknowledge you and thank you for being that, that representation for us, and such a classy representation of us. Because, some people, some people show their ass on that show. Some people show their ass on that show.
You know how much hate email that the shop got, that I got, because I was the fucking, what? They try to come at me. Like, I still get it to this day. I be having to block people left and right all the time. People are crazy. Those Ink Master fans, I'm telling you, they're different species.
Well, look, let them, Twitter fingers, email fingers, let them keep writing. At the end of the day, as long as they don't step to you, we don't have a problem.
Okay, yo. People do not realize that. Not to get off topic, but okay. Yeah. My name is Bang for a reason. Right. Period. That's all I gotta say. Like, my name is fucking Bang for a reason. Don't get cute.
Don't get it confused.
Like, this social media shit will get you fucked up in real life. Like, don't do it. I'm not even playing. Like,
for sure. Somebody said, "Classy." You know how I know? I feel like it's because she's drinking.
Yo, no. Yo, so Ashley is the one that I was talking about who came with me to get my first tattoo. That's like one of my best friends. But we got an inside joke. So we call each other hood rats. And we play this game where, like, you know how I know you're a hood rat? And so now she has one up on me because I just said what I said.
Love it.
Real classy, Ashley.
I know. 100%. So shout out to best friend Ashley in the building. I got one more question before we switch it over to the game portion of the interview. Okay. What advice would you give somebody looking to get their first tattoo?
Okay, let me think of something that hasn't been said.
Everybody always says, like, do your research, and I get that, but I'm wondering if there's something else.
Okay, so someone getting their first tattoo, think long term, think permanent, and think big. You don't want to come in and get this dainty tattoo like in the center of your arm, because one day you might want a sleeve. So I always tell my clients, like, yo, one day you're gonna get a sleeve. I know it. Like, and I tell them, like, don't do that, because you have to think big, you have to think long term. So without repeating, I'm sure, all the responses that you've heard, I will say think big, think long term.
Yeah, no, I love that. I've never heard that on this show, for somebody to say think big. We get awesome advice as far as, like, do your research, eat, things like that. But I think that's great to think about, is if you're going to make this decision. I love people who live in the moment. I absolutely respect that. I choose to live in the moment every day also, but I also have a responsibility to make sure that my current actions are aligning with my future desires, right? Or else I'm not setting myself up for success. So, like you said, 100%, if you want this little bitty tattoo, maybe in the middle of a large area is not the best place to put it.
Yeah.
So, 100%. I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much for your time and energy and truth during the question period. We're going to switch it over a little bit and have a little bit of fun before we close out. So for those of you who have watched Ink Therapy before, you know that we always end with a game. Tonight's game, Bang has selected this or that. And for the first time, so this is how you know she's special. For the first time, I'm going to allow her to explain her answer. So if you don't know how this or that works, I'm basically going to ask her this or that, right? Like, so for example, Coke or Pepsi. She'll choose Coke, of course, because she lives in ATL and that's all we live or die by the Coke. But then she'll explain why she chose Coke. I never let people explain. I don't know. For some reason, it makes me just, I feel like it engages viewers more. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just don't want to know the reason because I don't want to judge. But at the end of the day, I'm letting her explain it because she's popping. She's bomb. She's got a pit bull tattoo on her lower back. So I'm not trying to go back and forth with her. What she says goes. Okay. So here we go. We're about to start the round. This or that. Color or black and gray?
Okay. So I prefer black and gray. For one, it's a lot quicker. Depending on the skin tone, black and gray may be the best option for that particular client. But yeah, definitely black and gray.
Okay.
With a splash of black and gray.
Baths or showers?
Oh, showers all day. I feel like baths. It's like when you need to, like when you just finish working out. And you're like, fuck, my body's hurting. I need a bath. But like showers just, you know, go in the shower, do your thing. You don't got to drain the water and shit. You know, it's just quick.
Bam, thank you.
Yeah.
Also a great experience. Like the steam, I feel, okay, this is not my this or that. Let me shut the hell up. But for those of you who don't know, Bang is a Cancer. I realized that when we, you know, had our little, you know, pre conversation talk a couple of days ago. So she's a Cancer. So like literally everything that comes out of her mouth there, I'm like, you understand me. You get it. For real though. Okay, so showers all day. We ain't fucking with y'all dirty bath people who be sitting in your own filth. That shit is nasty.
Okay. I mean, unless you take a shower first and then a bath, but that's just.
And then a shower after.
Okay, yeah. Like, that's just extra. That's doing too much.
So extra. Your water bill be high. Ain't trying to deal with that. Okay, tattoo shop or private studio?
Private studio all day. But with that, sometimes there's a downside. So sometimes I feel like, okay, I don't have like another artist to kind of like get advice from. Like I can put a stencil on someone and there's nobody to ask, like, do you think that looks straight? Like, is that good? Should I change that? I don't have that. Like I don't have the feedback that I would like. Like okay. I get the feedback after. Like I already did the tattoo. Don't talk to me about what I messed up on. You know?
Okay.
So just kind of someone to bounce ideas off of is great. Just being around other artists are great. Okay. I miss that sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Good. Private studio all day.
All right. We like the autonomy a little bit more. Phone call or text?
Man, text me. And you better text me if you want to call me. Don't just call me.
Look, that's my Cancer sister right here.
Yeah.
I do not. I'll be looking at my phone like this, like
you know what I do
until you stop calling me, and then I'll text you like, "What's up?"
And don't FaceTime me. Oh don't FaceTime me.
So
it's rude.
Yeah, like you are intruding on my personal life. You don't know what I'm doing. I could
exactly
ass naked in here, and
you got me on a screen looking all crazy. Like I know. The only people who could FaceTime me is my fiance and my mother. Period.
That's it. Don't FaceTime her asking no tattoo questions, y'all. She gonna cuss you out. Mag or liner?
You know what? Mags, and I would say a non-mag specifically, is amazing. You can do some crazy shit with mags. You can do line work with a mag. It's very versatile. So yeah, definitely a mag.
9mag.
9mag. Shout out to 9mag.
Charmin or Angel Soft?
Charmin, because it's better.
It's high quality. It's luxury.
Exactly.
Stencil or freehand?
Okay. So I applaud anybody who can do freehand. Shout out to Ryan Henry, for example. He can fucking freehand his ass off. But I am a perfectionist, okay? I've had incidents where I've drawn a tattoo on somebody and they say, oh, I like it, but can you shift this down? No, I have to wipe this whole thing and do it over? Nah. This is why I stick to stencils Okay. If something needs to be drawn on after I put the stencil, I will draw it on. But stencils is always safe way to go because these clients, they be indecisive and ain't nobody got time.
You're right. Period. Stencil keeps us both safe.
Yes.
Let's just all right. Sauna or hot tub?
Oh, I'm gonna do the sauna for 100.
Okay. Sauna for 100. She likes to sweat it out, kind of
detox.
Yeah.
And I feel like the hot tub is like taking another bath.
True. I am a fan of the hot tub, I do have to say, but only when I'm drinking.
I'm gonna do. You know what? Do you know that when you drink and sit in a hot tub, it increases like your intoxication? Is that a word? Yeah. Like you get more intoxicated.
I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, you get. I looked that shit up. Like you get more intoxicated faster. Look it up. I promise you. Yeah. See, look at it.
Wow. And people just been like supportive of my lifestyle this whole time.
Nah,
but
you low key.
Right. They just wanted to get me fucked up. Fuck y'all. Thank you for the truth. Look, Bang saved my life. That's what my next book is gonna be called. Bang saved my life. Lettering or illustration?
Oh, illustration all day. You know, that's my major. That's my thing. Lettering. I hate doing name tattoos. That's my thing.
That's real. Cardio or weights?
Cardio. I'm in the military, so I run all day. 2 miles around all y'all.
So one of my questions shouldn't be Army or Navy, huh?
Oh, is that a question? Army all day. Army all day.
All right. Back piece or full sleeve?
I'll take a sleeve. I'm working on a back piece right now, and I feel like it's taking longer to complete because it's such a wide, big area. Where a sleeve, I can do like 2 sessions, it will be done. Yeah, back pieces just take a long time, but they're dope as fuck. Like when you finish them, it's dope to like advertise. Yeah, I did a back piece.
Right. Yeah, but no, I get you. I get you on the sleeve. Passenger or driver?
If it's a road trip, I'm gonna be the passenger because I just like to chill. I hate driving. Like, if it's anything over 3 hours, I'm going to bed. Like, I have to stop and get a fucking energy drink. I hate it.
Not an energy drink.
I do. 3 hours.
Red Bulls, girl, your heart rate.
3 hours be putting me out. I'll be ready to take a nap. I can't.
That's real. No, I'm a sleepy ass bitch. I'll be falling asleep at like over nothing. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep during this damn interview. Not that it's boring, but just like I'm a sleepy, like I'm looking for the opportunity to nap at all times. Were you one of those kids where your like parents drove you around to put you to sleep?
No.
Yeah, no. I wasn't either. I feel like no, I wasn't. I feel like that's some privilege shit. Like my parents wasn't wasting gas money and shit to put my ass to sleep.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Some people like some parents will put their children in a car and like go for a ride just like.
That's ridiculous.
Because it's soothing for. I don't know. I'm not a mom, so okay. 2 more. Money or free time?
You know what I'm getting to. I'm getting to the money. If you have money, you have more. Okay.
And look, you can judge us, but then you really can't because we can't see you because we got.
Okay.
All right, last one. Line work or dot work?
I'm big on line work. Like I said, I like my work to be really detailed. Illustrative work requires line work, so that's my go-to.
For sure. I think dot work is super cool, but like line work is like a foundational thing, right? Like, and I think that there's some amazing pieces that can come out of some like solid line work.
Hell yeah.
Get you on that. I so appreciate you, girl. It's been an awesome interview, a fun interview, an honest interview. I've had such a blast talking to you here tonight. I want to thank you again. Thank you to the viewers who showed up tonight. I know we ran a little bit over time, but that's just because Bang cool as hell, and we couldn't cut her short.
Thank you.
If you do not follow Bang, go to her page right now. It's at Bang period Inc. You need to go on her page, buy this Bang bomb that I'm about to purchase. I'm about to pull up on her and get all 3 sizes, okay? One for the purse, one for the desk, one to maybe share with my girl. We'll see. We'll see about that. But again, thank you so much, Bang. Before I go, is there anything else that you wanted to share with the people?
No, book your appointments. I have availabilities. I have a current special going on. You will get 15% off of your tattoo if you purchase a 2-ounce jar of Bang Tattoo Bomb between the dates of October 19th and the end of November. How many days? 31st? November 31st. If you book your appointment and purchase the 2-ounce, you will get 15% off of your next tattoo. 100%. I'm telling y'all. I'm doing some crazy ass deals. I got another surprise for you guys.
50% off a tattoo?
Not 50, not 50, 50. 15, 1 5. 1 5, 1
5.
Okay. Wait.
Okay, back that up. Look, scratch that 1 5%.
1 5.
That's huge though. That's huge.
Man, I did the math. Like, if you get an $800 tattoo, you get like 150. Like, the fuck?
Right.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, so do that. Keep a lookout for my next post. I have a really big partnership with Gillette, Venus Gillette. Stay tuned. I can't announce it just yet, but there's gonna be some really big surprises.
Yay! We're super excited. We'll keep a lookout. Like she said, she's having major specials. Go follow her now. Again, it's at Bang period Inc. Thank you so much, girl. And
you're welcome. Thank you for. Yes, thank you for having me. Bye.
Of course. Bye.